Meanwhile, Joseph was lonely because Mary had gone to be with cousin Elizabeth. She was now hundreds of miles from where he was. He often wondered what would happen of his engagement. As he was brooding, suddenly Samuel the trader, his close friend, returned from Jerusalem and visited him. "I think," the carpenter said, "I notice a change in you, Samuel." Samuel replied, "No, I'm just the same." "Let it be then," said Joseph. "Please, Joseph, what kind of change did you think you see in me?" "Well then, if you will not be offended," said Joseph. "I promise not to be," smiled Samuel. "Your speech has changed, for one thing. You no longer sound like a Nazarene." Samuel grunted smugly. Far from being offended, he was flattered. "Of course," he agreed. "In the big city, they laugh at the way we talk. Some of them can even tell a man from Lower Galilee from a man from Upper Galilee just by his accent. In Jerusalem, you soon learn to talk as other educated persons do." Joseph nodded, not without admiration. Like most country people, he disliked the vices of the metropolis, yet he took a certain proprietary pride in its vastness and busyness. He liked to think that he understood the best and the worst about the great place. "Is it only my accent that has changed?" asked Samuel carefully. Joseph shook his head slowly. "It is a little more than that. When you lived here in Nazareth, you were a merchant and you acted like one, even when away from your bazaar." "And how does a merchant act?" asked Samuel. "Very politely," Samuel replied Joseph. "His voice is low and trustworthy. If it were not, the customers would distrust him. And there is a kindly look in his eyes." Samuel began to laugh boisterously. "And I come back looking like a criminal, is that it?" Joseph again shook his head. "You don't look like a ruffian at all, Samuel, but you do look hunted and furtive and secretive and frightened." Samuel instantly became serious. "There is never a moment when I am not in fear of my life. Go on working, Joseph. No reason for you to lose a day's earnings because I am here. But let me talk to you a little while you do your sawing and chiseling. The last time I talked to you, I thought you knew all about the wickedness of Reb Naaman. But now—" "Who is Reb Naaman?" asked Joseph innocently. Samuel cupped his hands around his mouth and whispered in his friend's ear, "King Herod. We never dare mention his real name when we talk. The sound of that name in your mouth will bring a spy to your elbow instantly. If they misunderstand you, it may cost you your life. So we never mentioned him except in code. Joseph, his deeds would shame a tiger." "More beast than man, then?" asked Joseph in a sad tone. He put aside his tools and sat down for a moment on a sawhorse. "Oh, don't underestimate him," cried Samuel. "He is a brilliant leader." "Herod, you call such a man brilliant?" asked Joseph, thoroughly shocked. The truth must be told even about Beelzebub himself. Herod has brains. He has a kind of military genius. And he has bravery, but he has the hardest heart, the most unused conscience this side of Sheol. He and his ghastly sister." "You mean the one they call Salome?" asked Joseph hesitantly. "The same. They work together in a kind of satanic partnership to increase the misery of our people."